Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shashtodhyayah. In the last few shlokas of chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna explained about the nature of mind of the jnani or a yogi. When the yogi get rid of all the unwanted desires and impressions in his mind will be just like a lamp lit in a place where there is no wind. It will not flicker. Just like that, his mind will be so steady and calm. And that pure mind should be kept on the Atma, or think about the Atma Tattva. Then that mind will remain like that. And once when the yogi has tasted this self or his own Atma, then he will never move from it. He always remain in that state, and whatever guruna dukkha come to him, whatever great heavy dukkha come to his body, mind or intellect, he never care for it because he has tasted that infinite bliss of his own Atma, and he remains steady in that state. But this state to purify the mind or to control the mind or to restrain the mind is not that easy. Bhagavan Krishna itself tells that because the nature of the mind itself is unsteady and chanchala, always moving. And so Bhagavan Krishna gives a very important tip to restrain the mind. He says that whenever the mind go out of the state or go out of control, immediately then and there one has to bring back the mind and keep it on the self. So once when the jnani has deeply experienced this self, then he will remain in that prashanta manasa, pure, purified, calm mind. And that state of a jnani be in that state, he is said that he is existing in the self. So all that Bhagavan Krishna said in the last few shlokas, that is from shloka 19 to 28, Bhagavan Krishna said. Now, let me continue from the 29th shloka. In the 28th shloka, Bhagavan Krishna said that the yogi always engaging his mind and the self, he enjoys that infinite bliss. And now in the rest of the shlokas, Bhagavan Krishna tell about the pala of this yoga. What are the result of this yoga? And Arjuna also asked some questions to Bhagavan Krishna. So let us see what Bhagavan tells in this next few shlokas. Shloka 29 of chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Sarvabhudasthamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani Ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. So Bhagavan Krishna says in this shloka how the yogi or that jnani view this world. Bhagavan Krishna says sarva bhudastha atmanam, that he see his own self abiding in all the beings, whatever beings it may be. It may be a great a hero, or it may be a yachaka on the street, or it may be a small insect or a cruel animal, whatever it may be. Only the mind and the form differs, but the Atma is the same. So he sees his self in all the other beings. Not only that, or he sees Sarva Bhudani Cha Atmani. All the beings are existing in him. So that vision yogi will have. We can only think about it, how peaceful and how powerful that vision is. Either he will see himself in all beings, or he see all the beings in himself. That is the result of this yoga or this yoga drishti. This is perfectly the Atma Drishti, seeing the Atma everywhere, not seeing the different mind or the mentality or the different form. We all identify with our form, our physical body, that is our form and our mind, and so we see only difference everywhere. We do not identify with our Atma. If we identify with our Atma, we see only that thing in everywhere. This Atma is the spark of life in me, and that same Atma is the spark of life in all the beings. So a yogi identifies with the spark of life, that he see everything as equal. So what is the result of this yoga by this vision? Samadarshanaka. You see only equality. He doesn't see any difference. So that's the result of this great state or this jnana. That a yogi, when it is harmonized with this yoga, sarvatra samadarshanaha, he see everything as equal. He doesn't see difference. And again, Bhagavan Krishna explained more about this vision in the, Shloka 30 also. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sacha na pranashyati. That is, Bhagavan Krishna says that yogi, he see in me in everywhere. So this is Krishna consciousness. He see Bhagavan Krishna in all beings. So whoever he see him as Bhagavan Krishna. It may be another being, a friend of him or relative. He doesn't value that relationship because he say that he is Krishna. He see only Krishna. Some Shiva Bhaktas, they say like this. I don't know how far it is coming from inside of them or whether they are telling this verbally. I do not know. I'm not sure of it. They will call their fellow Bhaktas as a Shiva only. They say, "Hi Shiva, how are you?" Like that. Their name may be different. Oh, Shiva, come here, or Shiva, go there. Just like that, this Bhakta, his Bhagavan, who see himself in all beings, he see Krishna in all beings. It may be either his form or the Atma. He see Krishna in everywhere, on all the beings. The amount that he may see as Bhagavan Krishna, his form. All this are okay, but even his once a time enemy, he will see him as Krishna only. That's the great thing of a yogi. So, your mom, that person, mom pashyati sarvatra, he see me everywhere. Perfect Krishna consciousness. Or sarvam cha mayi pashyati, or he see everything in me. That is what Bhagavan Krishna showed to Sri Arjuna as the cosmic form. He see all the beings in his form. So either vision he will get. Now, what we do, we see Bhagavan Krishna only in temples and in our puja rooms or in the image we keep or in the idol we pray. But what we think is, many people think is, Bhagavan Krishna is residing only in the temple and he is not there in all the beings as Antaratma. So when a yogi understands this, his Atma, when a yogi understands his Atma, this is his reaction. This will be his result. He see Bhagavan everywhere. Either it may be the form of Bhagavan Krishna or as Atma, as the pure spirit. He see himself in everyone and he see Bhagavan in everyone or everyone in Bhagavan Krishna. And the result of this darshana is Tasyaham na pranashyati. He never gets separated from me because he always see Bhagavan Krishna everywhere. So he cannot be separate from Bhagavan. Sacha me na pranashyati. And I will also not be separated from him. He will also, that yogi will also not be separate from Bhagavan. And Bhagavan also will not be separate from that yogi. So that is the vision a person get by practicing this yoga. In the next shloka also Bhagavan Krishna continued the same point, that is in the 31st shloka, chapter 6. Sarva bhuda sthitay yo mam bhajatyekhatvamasthitah sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartate. Bhagavan Krishna is telling, a yogi who worship me as residing in all the beings. That is by this vision when a yogi has, and a yogi who worship me as residing in all beings. Sarvada vartamanobi sa yogi mai vartade. He reside in me, he abide in me, whatever way of life he may follow. That's why Bhagavan Krishna says to Krishna, Arjuna also, do not change your profession or do not change your activity. Just do this yoga. First, practice it with karma yoga, then slowly come to this dhyana yoga. Whatever profession you may be in, we need not want to change our activities in life or change our profession or change our ashrama to practice this knowledge. That's what Bhagavan Krishna says, and again he is re-emphasizing that point. Whatever way of life that person may be, he abides in me. If he worship me as residing in all beings, that is, if you worship that Atma, not seeing another person as different from him. Even if we go to temples, we are asked to stand in queue to get the prasada or whatever it may be. But most of this time we jump queues, we insult others, we just kick others and go in front, thinking that they are different from us and they are different from Bhagavan. So all this should be avoided. If a person has this knowledge, he will automatically think everything as equal. So whatever profession or whatever activity he may do, he will abide in me if he has this knowledge. And Bhagavan Krishna is explaining all this. He says that everyone is equal. You have to see everyone in me in everyone, and you should think everyone as residing in yourself, Arjuna. And what is it telling? Go and fight and kill your guru, because that is karma. It is not for self-revenge. He's asking, Bhagavan is asking to do to Arjuna. He has to do his karma. He has to stand by dharma, because dharma is very close to liberation, moksha. So whatever activity one may be in, we all have doubt, that some people have doubt that I am in this profession, how can I get time to practice this yoga? Or am I fit to practice this jnana? Or am I fit to understand Bhagavad Gita? Many people have this doubt, but for all that doubt, Bhagavan Krishna is giving answer in this shloka. Sarvatha vartamanopi, whatever way of life he may follow, I abide in him. And the next shloka, Bhagavan Krishna says, Atmaubhamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham vayati va dukkham sayogi paramo matah. So a yogi interested in this Atma, who feel that his Atma is residing everywhere, who see himself as everyone, that yogi, you know what he feels? He feels that the other's dukkha is not separate from him. The other's dukkha are also his dukkha. The other's happiness is also his happiness. So, like that, he will consider himself, he will feel. Just like we have so many, we won't say the parts, but these are all the things that make our physical form. The eyes are different and they have different purpose. The hands are different, they have different purpose. The ears are different, they have different purpose. Some are small and some are big. If we have a small cut in our hand, then this whole body feels it, is it not? So, just like that, a yogi who feels that his Atma, it is he who is residing in everyone, then the pain or the dukkha or the pleasure of others is not different from his own pain or pleasure. So that is the feeling of the jnani. He doesn't see any difference. The other's pain or dukkha or his own pain. Even his enemies, even the person who criticize him, who condemn him, he doesn't see any difference because it is his mind or the intellect that is doing that job of condemning him. He see only the Atma. That is the respect he gives for his Atma or Brahman. That's the respect and value, and that's what he understood about Brahman. So that's what Bhagavan Krishna says. A person who has the likeness for the self, atmobhamyena, but that is who has through the likeness of the self, he sees equality everywhere. So be it pleasure or pain, he will regard it as his own. Now hearing all this, Arjuna he had another doubt. That is, he's telling one must control the mind, then one gets this jnana. So Bhagavan Krishna is telling all this from his stand of life. So as normal being, on behalf of all of us, Sri Arjuna is asking this doubt to Bhagavan Krishna. Arjuna uvacha Yoye yogastvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana yedasyahanna pashyami chanchalatvat sthithim sthiram. He is asking, okay, Krishna, all these are okay. What the yoga said by you is very good. To see Samadarshana is all good. But this mana is so chanchala, always restless. So, because of that, how can a person attain this state? It is so restless, and for you it is easy, but for ordinary beings, we are so much involved in this vyavaharika life, in this transmigratory life, and we have to exhaust our prarabdha karmas also. And in that, all these are coming, and every day we have to fight to live. This nowadays, just to survive, we have to fight. That's become the problem of a survival. Now, today it's the problem of survival. We have to strive a lot to find a place to live, to get our food. So, in that situation, this restlessness of mind is too common. So, how can we control that mind and practice this yoga? Sri Arjuna is asking on behalf of all of us. And again he says, Chanchalang hi manah Krishna pramadi balavad drdham tasyahan nigraham manye vayuriva sudushkaram. And Sri Arjuna is telling this mana is chanchalam. Everyone knows that, restless. Whatever way we control the mind and keep it on one thing, it will go off. Even in our external life, also it is like that. We cannot concentrate on a job for a long time. Immediately, our mind goes out, and our eyes will be directed in that direction. So it is restless. On top of that, it is pramadi. Pramadi means turbulent, always confusing. We cannot get clear idea of anything. We cannot see anything clearly. If we see anything clearly, at least we will settle in one thing. Pramadi. Bhalavat, so strong. It is not just like that, so strong. Drdham, unyielding. In whatever way we pacify the mind, it is unyielding. Tasyaga nigraham, that's what to restrain the mind is just like vayu riva dushkaram, just like the wind. It is very hard, Krishna. To control the mind, is it so easy? Is to control the air, is it so easy? Because of its subtleness, it will escape from everywhere. We cannot lock air. To air itself is like that, and the mind is so many times subtler than air. So, how to control it, Krishna? It is so difficult. And for that, Bhagavan Krishna says, Shri Bhagavanuvacha asamyataamana mahabahu mano durnigrahanchalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. So for the question of Arjuna, Bhagavan Krishna is telling, definitely, sure, the nature of the mind is restless. That's what he said the two slokas before also. Mind is restless and so unsteady, so it is very difficult to control it. So again and again you have to bring the mind. So definitely, undoubtedly, asamyataamana Mahabahu, that is, he's addressing Arjuna. Very hard to restrain the mind. Everyone knows it. Abhyasena vairagyena, by abhyasa, by practice, and by determination one can control the mind definitely. Chagrihyate, that mind is definitely possible to restrain it by abhyasa, constant practice, and by determination. Nothing in this world is unattainable by determination and constant practice. Many people will have determination, but soon it will fade off, and so they leave practice also. One has to practice regularly, only then the mind will yield. Before determination and practice, nothing in this world is there that cannot be yielded or cannot be attained. But the practice should be constant and with strong determination. Only when we have determination, we can practice. Only if we do not have that much determination, then 1 or 2 days we will practice it and we will leave it off. But by determination and practice, this mind will yield. There is no other goal for the mind, it has to yield. That's what Bhagavan Krishna is telling. असंयतात्मना योगः दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः वश्यात्मना तु यततः शक्यो वाप्तुमुपायतः. Asayyatatmana, that is a mind which is not controlled before itself. For that uncontrolled mind to practice this yoga is definitely very difficult. The mind will not yield all of a sudden. But a person, Vashyatmana, but a person who has controlled the mind, restrained the mind, for that person, this yoga is very easy. If he strive, it is attainable. It is may not be so easy for him, but if he strive, that is attainable. Chakyo Vaktumupayataha, that is by proper practice and by proper determination, by determination and proper practice. A person who has restrained the mind, a person who has controlled the mind, for him, this yoga is very much possible. That's Bhagavan, the words of Lord Krishna. Now, again, hearing all this, Sri Arjuna had a doubt in his mind, and he again asked Bhagavan Krishna, Arjuna uvacha ayati shraddhayo vedah yogachalita manasah aprapya yoga samsiddhim kangadim Krishna gacchati. Suppose if a person is not able to control the mind, He has interest in this knowledge. He has faith in this knowledge, no doubt. But for all, it is not possible to restrain the mind or to control the mind or to make the mind pure of impressions. Some may find it difficult due to their prarabdha karma or due to the way of life they lead or due to some disturbances always in their life. They might find it very difficult to restrain the mind, but they may be interested in this jnana, this knowledge, or they may be interested in self. They have faith in this knowledge, Krishna, but they may be unable to control the mind. Kangadin Krishna Gachati, what will happen to them? What path will they go? They have faith, they have interest, but due to some problems, they may not be able to control the mind. So, what way will they go? कच्चिन्नो भयविभ्रष्टः छिन्नाभ्रमिव नश्यति अप्रदिष्टो महाबाहो विमूढो ब्रह्मणपतिः. That is, if he cannot attain or if he cannot go to heights in this dhyana yoga, or if he is unable to control the mind, that is, he has left that and came to this life to do dhyana. And while practicing dhyana, he cannot control or restrain the mind. So he will be more and more frustrated. He has fallen from both the paths. So, what will happen to that person? Will he be destroyed just like how the clouds are scattered by wind? Sometimes we can see that by wind the clouds will be scattered to all directions. They will just vanish and go off. So a yogi, if he has faith and interest in Brahma Vidya, but he cannot practice it because he cannot restrain the mind. It may be due to his prarabdha karmas, or maybe due to his rajoguna or tamoguna, or maybe due to his situations in life. All that will include or included in the prarabdha karma. So, in whatever situation it may be, will he chinna bhamiva nashyati? Will he be destroyed just like the scattered cloud? Apradishto Mahabahu, or will he become supportless? No one to help him. Will he fade off? Vimudho Brahmano Patihi, deluded by the path of Brahman. So he very well know that this something, the samsara life is not permanent. So he came to Brahmajnana, and that also is not attainable due to the restlessness of the mind. So, what gati, what way will he go? Arjuna is asking Bhagavan Krishna. Because the people in the samsara way of life, it is not easy to follow this dhyana because we all have commitments, responsibilities, our own profession, job, or our way of life will be different. We are staying in different places, and we have to tackle with the everyday life, the problems of our life. In between all this, we have to practice this dhyana. So it is too difficult to control the mind, to bring the mind to a position. So it is so too difficult for ordinary people to practice this yoga. So thinking like that, can we leave this? It is so precious, divine. Can we ignore this? Will Bhagavan Krishna say something which is not suitable for all? Again also Arjuna asked, etanme samsayam Krishna chettumarhasyasesatah त्वधन्य संशयस्यास्य चेत्ता न ह्युपपद्यते. That is, Krishna, the doubt of mine, you alone can clear it completely. No one else is possible to clear this doubt. The first thing is it is concerned with Atma Jnana. No one can know about this knowledge more than you. So only you can clear this doubt, no one else can. The next reason is you only made us all to practice this yoga. You only gave this education. You only gave this knowledge. You only said that practice this yoga. So only you have to give reply for this question, very important question. If a person cannot excel or attain success in dhyana yoga, what will happen to him? Suppose we all practice dhyana yoga. No one knows whether it is possible to attain the final liberation. We have this knowledge, but we have to experience it. And to experience it, living in the middle of samsara, we have to control the mind. So it takes time. It is not, Bhagavan Krishna didn't say that it is impossible, and he will not say anything that is impossible also. But it takes time to control our mind, which is so much merged with the daily way of life or plunged in the daily way of life. It is difficult for us to practice this yoga. So, to such people, what will happen? Even Arjuna now he is standing in the center of the war field. Bhagavan Krishna didn't say that you leave all this and go home and practice it. He is telling that fight this war, kill who are all are your enemies, and then go home and then practice it. Not do not go to forest for this. Be in the center of the kingdom and practice it, just like Janaka Maharaj. So, what will happen to that person if he doesn't attain that yoga or liberation? Only you can solve this doubt, Krishna, Sri Arjuna said, and waiting for his reply. So let us also think for the next few days what answer will Bhagavan Krishna will give for this difficult question of Arjuna. With this shloka, I take a break and continue with the rest of the shlokas of chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Let me continue in my next video what Bhagavan Krishna give as answer for this question of Arjuna. यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णः यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीविजयोर्भूति ध्रुवाणि तिर्मतिर्मम ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु